What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the Fantasy Feud for another playoff breakdown. Today we are talking about the Cincinnati Bengals and the Tennessee Titans. I believe it is the number 4 seed versus the number 1 seed in the AFC. Are we seeing the possible return of Derrick Henry to destroy Cincinnati's defense, or is Joe Shiesty, Joey Burr, gonna get things done and
Joe
advance to the AFC
Shiesty.
Championship game? I don't
Let's
know, but before
go.
before we get into things today, I want to say, like the video. It's a good one. Comment down below who's going to win this game. Subscribe to the channel. It's right under the description right there. It might be right above it. I'm sorry, I'm lying to you. Just click the button, and you get more videos from us each and every single day. And that's all I got to say about that. I'm going to send things over to Mason, and he is going to get us started on this Cincinnati-Tennessee showdown.
Finally, what seems to be a good football game. Wild card weekend, super wild card was full of blowouts besides the Dallas Cowboys and the San Francisco 49ers. This game is going to be a good one, guys. The Titans have their big three back. I'm talking Derrick Henry, Julio Jones, AJ Brown, and then add the fourth, Ryan Tannehill. Guys, that is a solid duo. Now, they haven't done a whole lot during the regular season. They haven't had many games together. Maybe they're going to use this as a special weapon. Maybe they don't have what it takes to work together. I don't know. We're going to see. But in terms of what this game's going to look like, guys, these are two similar teams. Okay. It may not seem like it, but on paper they are. I mean, I'd say Joe Burrow and the Cincinnati Bengals have the edge at quarterback, but when it comes to
Yeah,
wide
I'd say
receiver, they're
there's a big edge for Joe Shiesty over here. I don't think there's any topping that man over there.
well, talent wise, but Ryan Tannehill has the experience and he can get it done. We've seen him. He can definitely get it done. I don't want to take anything away from Tannehill on this. But I want to start with pass protection problems, guys. Uh, Tennessee has allowed 47 sacks, which is the seventh worst in the NFL. The Bengals have allowed 55 sacks, which is the third most in the NFL. They're both having problems with protecting their quarterbacks. So, not to mention, both of their defenses are both very strong. So, I can see a lot of sacks in this game from both sides. It might be a very low scoring game. I'm not sure. Now, when we talk about their run defense, both have top 10 run defenses this year. Both played very good against the run. If you look at both their running backs, Henry versus Mixon, both dominant, both have different play styles. Derrick Henry's just going to beat the defense down all day long. It doesn't matter. He's 6'4", he's like 250. He's just going to run through everybody. He's going to wear that defense down. Joe Mixon, a little more agile, but he can still be a bruiser. This game could be pass heavy. It could be, but it also could be very run heavy. These defenses are similar. These offenses are similar. It's going to be an interesting game. I don't think people are going to expect what's about to come out of it.
I want to say, I think Derrick Henry being back, we don't even know if he's technically back yet, but he's
Right.
cleared
We're
contact
jumping the gun.
practices. I'm sure they are going to probably be having him play in one of the most important games of the season for them. But I will say, with him back, that's going to open up the play action, and that's going to make defenses respect Derrick Henry. I don't think we're going to see as many sacks as you would expect Cincinnati to have in this game, just because with Derrick Henry back in the picture, it's a completely different offense, and you have to expect completely different things from them. Like, without Henry, they didn't really have to rely on Tannehill, but they definitely had to throw more than they would like to without being able to do their play action. So I think that's just a little thing to sprinkle in there, a little tidbit that you guys need to know. So don't expect as
You
many
guys want to hear
sacks.
something? Want to hear something funny? This game consists of 6 total players from the LSU's 2019 championship squad. We've got a rematch coming on, guys. No, it's cool. We got a very talented group coming at each other. But we might see Christian Fulton versus Jamar Chase, and that could be very interesting if Christian Fulton can end up shutting him down because he knows him. Um, that might be interesting on the Cincy side.
I
Well,
will
do you got
say, I
any?
think
Yeah,
if what you just spoke about, if he shuts down Jamar Chase, then T. Higgins and Tyler Boyd are just going to step up.
I would love
But
to see
kind of to
that.
speak to a point that you just made, Stone, with the possibility of Derrick Henry returning this week, um, I, I wouldn't say a lot of times, but when you're a first seed, especially this year and last year, you have that 1 week bye where other teams, or in previous seasons, it was two teams. The top two would have the two buys. Now you have 1 week off, which obviously gives them extra time to get Derrick Henry healthy. But that could also make them a little bit lax. And they finished the season 3 and 0. They beat San Francisco, they beat Miami, and they beat Houston. Houston, that was a pretty close game. They could have possibly lost it, which would have lost them the number 1 seed. So going into the playoffs, obviously we have Cincinnati who just played last week. They finished off the season with a loss, but that was when they sat Joe Burrow, Joe Mixon, and a bunch of their other starters, basically staying healthy because they had no need to win the game. It didn't affect them where they were going to be ranked or seeded. So with them beating the Las Vegas Raiders last week, and I know in that game, Derek Carr, he had a chance to possibly win the game, and there was controversy about a whistle and a touchdown that shouldn't have counted. But Cincinnati, I can see them still being, I guess, a little punch drunk from their first playoff win in 31 years. But also at the same time, they don't have a lot of veterans on this team. They have a lot of young guys. They have a lot of players who I could almost attribute that to like winning a college playoff game. So whether they have the ability to kind of stay in that mindset of we need to continue playing, we're not in the Super Bowl, we haven't won anything yet. I think you might give the edge to Tennessee a little bit, simply because a lot of their players, they've been there, they've been in the playoffs, they had that 1 week layoff, so they're coming in kind of dry at the moment. I think it's going to be a great game either way. I think Cincinnati, their offense is just too powerful at the moment to really be shut down, I guess. So I don't foresee this being a low-scoring game. I don't also foresee it being a really high-scoring game. It's not going to be a 30-30 something game. I think it's probably going to be somewhere in the mix of like 24-17 or 24-20, something like that. I do believe Tennessee's going to try to control the game. They're going to try to run the ball as much as possible, make it a lot more game manager for Ryan Tannehill. And I foresee Cincinnati trying to just throw it. Obviously, they're going to get Joe Mixon involved because that's how you open up the pass, being able to run the ball. But I see two different tales of play styles, I guess, coming from this game. And whoever is able to what's the word I'm looking for? I guess put their game plan into motion the best, I think is going to come out with a victory.
Is it crazy to say the first team or the last team to get the ball is going to be the one that wins this kind of game? Because this is going to be one of those games where it's close the whole way around. I don't think either team's really going to pull away from one another, and I don't think they're going to like score much either. I think I'm with Paul here. Like it's like a low 20s area scoring game. I don't think it'll be in the teens, but I think it's going to be like low 20s and anybody wins. Maybe it's even decided at the first kickoff. Whoever gets the ball first gets to set the tone of the game. If Tennessee gets it first, they can run down the field the whole way. But if the Cincinnati gets it, they play their game. I don't know. Both teams are evenly matched. I think personally this is going to be the second best game of the divisional round weekend. It's the one that people are sleeping on the most because, you know, I don't know what it is about Tennessee, but people just don't seem to like watching Tennessee games. I mean, understandably, usually it's like slow paced, but you got Joe Shiesty on their side of the ball. How can you be disrespecting Joe Shiesty? Go give him his views. Go watch him on TV. Come on now.
Yeah. Those Titans, though, they're scary because they've got, like Paul was saying, they've got that playoff experience. 3 years in a row, they've been in the playoffs now. Mike Vrabel-led team. I just think they're going to be super prepared. Another fun stat, anytime Tennessee has had 8 or more days of rest under Mike Vrabel, they are 8-0. So that is something to think about. Just something else going their way, kind of what Paul was saying. They've got long rests. But yeah, guys, I think we wrapped this one up pretty good.
Yeah, I don't think there's much more to say on this game other than it's going to be Derrick Henry versus Joe Shiesty. That's why they're in the thumbnail. And you better believe I'm not calling him anything other than Joe Shiesty anymore. That's just his name at this point. Well, we got the Paul interjection before it's over.
The finger.
Always. I want to ask both of you guys, and I'll give mine afterwards. What's your prediction for this game? Score.
Who start with you, Mason. It's all yours, Mason.
Should I go with who I want to win or who I think's gonna win?
Who you think's gonna win? Don't
Either
be
one.
saying we know who you want to win.
What's your prediction for this game?
I want the Bengals to win. I'll just preface it with that. I think the Titans are a super dominant bunch. Screw it. I'm going Bengals. 21-17. Let's go.
Okay. You're just changing your mind everywhere. You're like, man, I can't pick the Titans. You're kidding me.
It's too hard.
I will say I want the Bengals to win, and I do personally think they are going to win. But a lot of people think the Bengals are going to win here. because of Joe Burrow and how he's been playing recently. But I could definitely see the Titans winning this game because everyone's kind of underestimating them, even though they're the favorite by odds makers right now. But I would say Cincinnati wins this about 24-21. I think it's going to be like a last-second field goal type thing. Like, I think they pull it off. They get the ball last, and they win the game. Calling it now.
So we're gonna go for a clean sweep. I love college sports. I love college football. I love college basketball a little bit more. Basketball is my favorite sport as a passion. So I'm kind of going with this being a younger team, a lot of young players. I think they're going to be able to ride this momentum like you would as a underdog coming into the NCAA tournament at the end of the year. I think they are going to continue their playoff winning streak. They're not just going to go one and done after 31 years. I think they're going to win 27-24.
Oh my! Did you
Okay,
say
okay.
37?
he said that with a 3.
27.
Oh, okay,
24.
okay.
27.
I thought he said 37 also. I'm like, this man's
24. That's
crazy. He said Joe
Man.
Shiesty's for
No.
real, huh? All right, that's all we got for you guys today, though. Those are our predictions for the game this weekend. If you guys like the video, like it, comment down below who you think's going to win, and subscribe to the channel. Like I said before the video, it's right down there. Why not click it? You know, you're still here. You're still watching the video. Go ahead, smash that subscribe button. We're still going to be here all playoffs, all off season. So go ahead, subscribe to the channel and be a part of the community. But that's all I got to say today. I'm going to send it over to Mason, and he's going to break us out of here as normal.
Fantasy Few out, baby. Let's go.